Welcome back, everybody. Flying at you, Bob Jarrett here. Spoon is in the kitchen. He's present. He might yell. You may be able to hear him. You may not. I don't know. He's too busy making dinner to hang with us. It's whatever. I'm the bad guy. So I wanted to start out with this because I'm way behind in the podcast world. I kind of like fell off listening for a while, or watching, I guess, because I've been home. So I was watching a lot on YouTube. But also Joe Rogan has been on a hiatus because he was moving from California to Texas or whatever. So I'm also in the process of switching over to Spotify because I'm just going to listen to all my fucking podcasts on Spotify now, just so everything's in one place. So he had Mike Tyson on 2 weeks ago now, I think, maybe approaching 3 weeks at this point. I am absolutely fucking jacked for this fight between Tyson and Roy Jones. It's going down in November. It was supposed to be in September, but they pushed it because of fucking Corona. So I listened to the Mike Tyson episode when Joe Rogan was on, I don't know, it might have been last year sometime. And he was like a totally different person. He was talking about how like he doesn't want to fight anymore. He hates who he used to be or hated that person because he was so aggressive and so dangerous and all this shit he's saying. And he goes, I can't do anything to stoke my ego because the monster will come back. So then he tells the story about how during the lockdown, this was like sometime around April, so it's Tyson telling the story. He goes, I was trying to try my clothes on and my clothes were too tight. So I was really mad at myself for gaining weight. Like I was out of shape and I was fat. So my wife told me, why don't you start walking on the treadmill 15 minutes a day? So he was like, nah, I can't do that. She was like, well, come on, it's just 15 minutes a day. You're just walking. It's better than nothing that you're doing now. Like you said you wanted to lose weight, just do it. And he goes, okay. Because he's Mike fucking Tyson. 15 minutes walking on the treadmill turned into him now fighting Roy Jones Jr. in November. He said that at first it started like 15 minutes a day, became 2 hours, became 4 hours. To him now, he gets up. Well, now he's training in fight camp. He gets up every morning and runs 4 miles. He's 53 years old. He's like it was like him telling the progression of everything to like the point where, you know, when he was on the treadmill for like 2-3 hours a day, he was like, let me just call someone. So he goes, I forget who it was. Rafael Carrero, I think is his name or something like that. And it doesn't matter. Calls this guy up. This is probably in like May. And goes to spar with him. And they video it. And they video Mike Tyson sparring in the ring for the first time. I remember when this video came out. It was like May-ish. June, May, whatever. And he looked fucking great. Like he's fucking Mike Tyson. But he said that the day after he did that, he couldn't fucking move. He goes, I just got in way too fast. He goes, I literally, every single ache and pain that I had that took me out of boxing that made me retire came back times 10. He goes, I literally couldn't get out of bed for a week. He's like, I had sciatica. I had this. He goes, I was crying to my wife because I couldn't get out of bed. So then Joe's like, oh, you know, you slow it down. Like you get back into it. And he goes, I went so fucking slow after that. And now he's back to about fighting. So Rogan asked him. And he was like, you know, what's your plan? Like, are you going to just fight Roy and then be done? Or are you going? And he said that they tried to set up a fight with him and Tyson Fury. But it just didn't work out. And then I guess it also changed. Like the person he was supposed to fight changed like 4 or 5 times before they finally settled on Roy Jones and he signed the contract. But he said at one point he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury.
I don't know how that would have worked.
No. So they're doing, I think it's just 8 rounds. What's it called? Marquess of Queensberry rules. I don't know what that means, but it's some sort of different rules, whatever.
I think that's the one that allows ear biting.
Yeah, probably. And then like listening to him talk, I'm just like, wow, this is a different kind of human being. Like the way he starts talking about like, yeah, you know, like it's whatever. And then all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, I'm training. I'm going to fight someone. Cause Rogan brought up the point where, you know, people are talking shit about the fight because they're both old. Like Tyson's 53 and Roy Jones, I think, is 51, 52, something. And people are like, oh, they're not even going to go hard, whatever. And Rogan's like, you don't know these guys then. And Tyson goes, yeah, I'm not going to go easy. And he goes, I know Roy isn't either. And at one point, Tyson literally goes, I get nervous sometimes now that I'm training again because I think I might hurt someone. And Rogan's like, what? What do you mean? He goes, I don't know. I'm just afraid to hurt someone now. Like, I don't know. Cause he's more conscious of like training. Like he doesn't want to hurt his training partners, I guess is what he was trying to say. But it's like, my God, you want to talk about someone who like mentally can just like flip a switch. I think I said this on the podcast a while ago, but during Shark Week, I watched the video. Tyson also talked a bunch of shit about the guys on Shark Week too. But he was on Shark Week and the guys were, they had that side cut interview with the host and they were like, I've never seen anyone do that before. So I guess, you know, Tyson was supposed to swim the sharks and the whole boat ride out, he was terrified. He was like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. And then I guess he was like throwing up on the boat because he was seasick and he didn't want to do it. And then all of a sudden the host is being like, yeah, we dropped the cage in the water. We said, Mike, are you sure you don't have to do this? And he looked at him and goes, I'm getting in that fucking water. And then he went in with the sharks. And the host is like being like, I've never seen anyone do that before. Anyone be so terrified. And then all of a sudden when it comes to like go time, he's ready to fuck. He wants to fight the shark. So the whole interview was awesome. If you guys haven't listened to it yet, which again, you might have, I'm way behind, but, it is really worth a listen. Like getting in the mind of Mike Tyson is fucking something else. He talked a little bit about Customato and all that whole thing, and it was pretty cool. I remember really liking his first interview with Rogan last year, but it was a little bit more weird. Like it was Mike Tyson was high as fuck. And like talking about how like he changed his life and like he loves everyone and everything now. You know what I mean? Like he became like fucking Snoop Lion. You know? So I'm fucking jacked up for this fight because I think Tyson's gonna absolutely just fucking. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's gonna destroy Roy Jones because Roy Jones is really fucking good, and they're both old, so you never know what's gonna happen. But I'm excited for the fight. Take my fucking money. I'll definitely buy in that fight.
When is it going to be, like November?
Yeah, I forget the exact date, but they moved it to November. It was supposed to be this month. But stupid fucking coronavirus.
Yeah, we still doing that?
I don't know. I think we're slowly fading away from it.
Kinda.
Kids are kinda back in school finally.
Kinda.
Yeah. Had my first day of work today at school, so that was cool. I went in. I was actually in the building for a change for the first time since March 16th.
That's so bad.
Yeah. March 16th till...
It's 8.5 months.
September 8th. September 8th. 5.5 months.
5.5 months.
Yeah.
I don't know how I went from less than 6 being to 8.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how I do that.
Yeah.
September's the 9th month.
Yep.
Nice job, fucking jackass. Good math.
Yeah.
Good math.
So that's that. I mean, we'll see. Everyone was freaking out today because the kids aren't back in school, but all the staff is right now. Most of the staff's not really happy. And it's not just my school. I guess it's statewide. I heard there was one district that they had 3 teachers quit yesterday. No, it would be today. Last Friday, sorry. Whatever, because I heard it yesterday. So that they had 3 teachers quit last Friday. First day of school is today.
Just because like the protocols and shit don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't know what they're doing. They're like, oh, we'll figure it out as we go. You people have no clue.
Yeah, no one really has a plan. Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, we're just going to do it. But then when you talk to some people, like the powers that be, about why, again, I don't give a shit. I would much rather go to work than sit at my fucking house anyway. So, but when you talk to the powers that be about like, oh, why are we going back? And they're like, well, we're more prepared now than we were in March, because in March when this first happened, we didn't know how long it was going to be. You know, we didn't know what it really was, and we weren't that prepared. We had no experience virtual learning, but now we're prepared because we have the experience and we can do it. Well, if you say that, if that's your excuse, because that's a reason why I've heard. Well, how do you have no plan right now then? If we're more experienced and more prepared, how do we still not have a plan? Isn't that by definition not more prepared? Isn't that just as prepared as before, which means we're not prepared at all? We're definitely more experienced. I'll give you that. 1,000% more experienced. Well, I mean, by default, yes, because we went through it. But
what's the quality of that experience?
Yeah, exactly.
It depends on who you vote for. That's right.
But like, my God, like I don't know. And then you got people freaking out. Like, there's a few people I work with that like I'm friends with at the school that like I walk by and they're like, you don't have your mask on. This was outside in the parking lot in the morning before we went in the building. How come you don't have your mask on? Because we're outside in the parking lot. Well, you need to put that on. Are you the same person that I used to hang out with all the time last school year? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, right before I get in the building.
Yeah.
Or if I'm within 6 feet of you.
Yeah, I'll put my mask on when I go inside. Because that's the rule. I don't have to wear a mask when I'm outside.
Nope.
But like, it's just real weird. Real weird right now. It's going to be even weirder when the kids do come back in the building.
Oh, that's going to be a mess.
Yeah, which we're only doing half. We're doing 1 week on, 1 week off. So we'll only have like half of the third of the kids. But I don't know what other districts are doing. But I mean, it's weird. You know what would be super shitty? It's probably going to happen, and I'm probably going to rail and bitch about it come January, February. But like, if after November goes by and like the right person wins, I don't know who the right person is.
I don't know what the right answer is.
But whatever the right answer happens, and then all of a sudden things start to fade away, and then all of a sudden all the school districts are like, well, we made it through the first half of the year without any major incidents. Now, this is assuming that we have no major incidents. Yeah. So assuming that, and assuming the election goes by, and then nationwide, all the school districts are like, okay, well, we're gonna elect to go back to school as normal, starting January 3rd or 4th, whatever that first day after Christmas break is, and then all of a sudden schools just go back to normal. I will be so fucking mad, because that will be proof that this entire thing was fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
If there's no like major thing, like if there's no major thing that happens, but all of a sudden it just gets quieter and quieter and then disappears, and then slowly but surely the districts decide on this and that, and then this comes back and we relax restrictions a little bit here, and then quietly we do this, and then, oh yeah, we're going back after Christmas break because we did so well.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to say. We did so well.
And that's my theory on this whole thing is the disease exists. We truthfully don't know a lot about it.
No.
We don't know.
No.
And I don't want to hear that we do or you do, because you fucking don't. You're not an epidemiologist. You graduated from the Facebook School of Medicine. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does exist. We don't know the real extent of it, both short-term, long-term, and realistically. And I feel like everything that's happening is politically driven, and that's what makes me the most mad.
Yep. Because
it's not about the illness. It's multi-level marketing. And I feel like, have I had this rant before, or do I just do this rant in person?
So, I don't know, but somehow multi-level marketing kind of always peaks away.
So it's multi-level marketing because When you enter a pyramid scheme to sell supplements, it's not about the supplements.
Right.
When you do Forex trading and it's not about actually making money in foreign markets and it's about getting people underneath you, that's what this is.
Right.
It's not about the illness.
Right.
A lot of these decisions that are being made are not about the illness.
Right.
Or at least it feels that way.
It's about getting other people to think the way you do.
Yes.
You're getting them to join your pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's how it feels. And that's not to say that someone... And I met a guy today. I met a guy on the golf course today. And his heart operates at a 40% capacity. He was in a motorcycle crash when he was 19 years old. He's got to be mid-40s now. Mm-hmm. And he died 3 times on the way to the hospital. He had to get lifted out.
Yep.
And he has a pacemaker in there.
Yeah.
Which actually is funny. I didn't know this. But if you have a pacemaker, there's a battery life on it.
Yeah.
And insurance won't pay to replace the battery until you're at like a certain percentage.
Oh, that's good.
So his battery life is only 12% right now.
Yeah.
And insurance says, nah, you got to wait a little longer. We won't replace that.
Yeah. That's
sick.
That's sick.
But like someone like that, he goes, I won't acknowledge that it doesn't exist. It's just, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of horse shit. Especially because like now we have the whatever the fuck it's called, the positive rate or whatever is down in most places like below 1% or it's for sure below 3% almost everywhere.
Yep.
But we're still acting as if we're at like a 90%
Yeah, and it's
positivity rate.
It's hard to say what's going to happen with the kids going back to school too, because the kids are younger.
Right.
Also, if they don't get any symptoms, they're not going to get tested.
Right. Right.
So the number of tests is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because this is the other thing, too, is like someone goes to a party and they might leave the party and go, that was a little sketchy. I might want to get tested. But now the kids are going to look at it like, well, I go to school every day. I play soccer all the time. You know, I'm exposed to people every fucking day. What am I supposed to do? Get a test every single day?
Right.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm not getting one until I start feeling like shit, which ideally that they won't if what we know about this test is, or this thing is correct. Mm-hmm. They're not going to get them. And the more exposures they have to healthy people or to what would be potential risk, they're going to become more numb to it. It's the same thing. Like the first time we had people here on Memorial Day, I was like, fuck, man, I really hope no one gets this fucking thing. I go, that's going to suck. I just went back to work and it's like, we fucking have people over here once. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It doesn't.
But that's the thing is like you play, it's like, oh, I just play, like some people will say, I've played a 10-game soccer schedule. You know, there was that one time where that girl spit in my face. Plus, I'm playing my AAU thing. I'm seeing my friends like I have been this whole time, and I'm back in school.
Yep.
Like, how often do you want me to get fucking tested? Because theoretically, I should get one every day.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. The schools could break this thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I think secretly that's why a certain cohort of people were fighting to not have schools go back. Like they tried the whole fear-mongering thing. Like
liberals.
Yeah. Like if we go back to school, there's going to be 10 times worse. We can't go back to school. And it's like, but realistically,
yeah, we kind of have to go back to school.
Realistically, they knew that if we did and nothing happened, that this whole thing was over.
Well, I did hear someone say that because when we say we don't know who the right winner of the election is to make this all go away.
Yeah.
One guy's take was, well, if Trump wins, then the liberals will look at it, or the Democrats, not just liberals, the Democrats will look at it and go, fuck, that didn't work. All right, well, we got 4 years to figure this out.
Yeah.
Or the Democrats win and they won.
Right.
Like the Republicans aren't going to let this thing fucking stand. They have rights, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So I heard a great take today, and I'm going to lay the take foundation here on this show. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to steal the idea. But so if you don't listen to this other podcast that I'm not going to say because I'm stealing the idea, you heard it here first. So there's been this whole big issue with the mail-in voting because that's the thing. So,
by the way, this needs to fuck off. I need my fucking rent checks to get to fucking the landlord on time. It can't be taking fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So one theory is that Trump's going to win, and he's going to win by a decent amount. Like he's going to win.
Popular or
electoral, the one that matters.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
Because he's probably going to lose the popular again.
But what's going to happen is that the Democrats are going to flip their shit and say, no, we can't call this. We have all these mail-in, but it could take up to 3 weeks to get all these things counted. So what's going to happen is they're going to try and stall for as long as they can to get all the mail-in votes counted. And then Trump is going to come out, because this is Trump, and this is a very Trump thing to do, is going to be like, well, I'm the winner. I won.
Yeah, he'll UCF it.
He's going to declare himself president.
National champ.
And Biden's not going to concede. Like they normally, like typically on the night of the election, the loser, like you look at the numbers and the loser concedes. Yep. Biden's not going to concede. Trump's going to come out, declare himself the winner, and the media is going to start an absolute fucking shitstorm, bonfire like you have never fucking seen before, getting fear in people saying Donald Trump just declared himself king. Yeah. He declared himself a ruler without due process.
Yep.
That I guarantee you that's exactly what's going to happen.
The last time we saw this happen was in 1930s Germany.
Yeah. How could all of these people in the country vote for a Nazi? Look what he's doing. He's declaring himself president and the vote hasn't even been in. Like what the fuck are you talking about? The vote's in.
I remember when this was the way of the Tsar.
Yeah. I guarantee you that's how it's going to go down.
The Fuhrer. It's going to happen.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to freak out and they're going to be like, no, we can't call it. We have all these mail-in votes to count. We can't call it now. But it's going to be to the point where it's like, it almost doesn't matter. Because the electoral college just does what it does.
Wait for those riots.
That's going to be wild. That's going to be absolutely wild. You heard it here first, kids.
Those riots are going to be nuts.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's the other thing, too, is like...
Although the police seems to be fighting back in Portland for the first time since, I don't know.
Well, the mayor left. Did you see the mayor of Portland left?
He just said, I'm
He left the city.
Good. It's a fucking war zone.
Yeah. Sick, man. Good job. Good job with what you did over there. You just fucking left your own city. Fuck off.
Dude, Portland's a joke.
No, it's an absolute fucking... It's a failed state at this point.
Portland's a joke. Like, if you think that's a real place, like, get the fuck out of here.
No.
Your Birkenstocks and your fucking food trucks. Like, get away from me. Tiny houses. Like, Portland's lost.
Yeah. Fuck Portland.
You're talking Oregon or Maine?
Oregon.
Portland, Maine is just still hanging on, I guess.
I forget what I was going to say back to that. There's something else.
Portland being lost?
Yeah. I don't know.
You could say yes.
Yeah, no, it is. And Portland sucks. But whatever, it's gone.
It basically is.
Yeah.
But I did see the police were fighting back a little bit.
Yeah.
Seemed interesting. Just tossing around like white skinny kids. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. So in 2016, when Trump won the first time, it just made people like really sad.
Yes, it did.
And like upset.
Not my president.
But I feel like this whole year, the way things have been going, people are mad now. Like people aren't sad anymore. They're angry. So when something doesn't go their way, they're just going to...
They just throw a tantrum.
Out. Yeah. Because everyone is a 6-year-old. So it's like literally, this weekend I was out with my family and they have a 7-year-old. And he didn't get what he wanted, so he threw a tantrum.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole country is a bunch of 7-year-olds. Like, welcome to life. You don't always get what you fucking want.
Yeah. Well, some of you do.
Yeah. Some people do.
But it's not fair.
Yeah, I don't know. What else you got?
Can we get to the important news?
Yes, please.
Rest in power, Fuddruckers.
Yeah. I just saw that. That's really fucking sad.
You want to get fucking mad or sad
about
something?
You want to riot about something? You got to riot about fucking Fuddruckers.
I want the 1 pound burger.
Yeah. No, they're gone. They're done. They're closing their doors.
Fuddruckers is done.
Yeah.
I fucking love Fuddruckers.
The 1 pound burger, that thing was fucking awesome.
Yeah, we used to have a very, very specific routine where on most Fridays we'd go to Fuddruckers, 1 pound burger and fries. Typically get bacon on it.
Yeah.
And then, get whatever condiments you were over there because you can put whatever the fuck you want on it. And those that were tolerant of lactose would get a milkshake too.
Yeah.
Those of us who couldn't, didn't. But that is where I actually saw the physical act of giving yourself a nice hard look in the mirror. I was there with Jimo and Finn. And Finn's struggling to finish. He goes, I think I need to go look myself in the mirror. Meanwhile, Jimo's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Probably taking a shit. That sounds like something he would be doing.
Yep.
He goes, and then Finn comes back out and starts eating again. Jimo comes out and he goes, Finn, you fucking weirdo. Like, why did you walk into the bathroom, look in the mirror and go, who are you? Ian Finn, and walk back out. It was the actual act of giving yourself a hard look in the mirror.
Yep. And it worked.
I'm just glad Jimo was taking a shit that time.
Yeah, I know, right? And he actually caught it.
Because I would have thought Finn just actually went in and took a piss. And came back out. Nope. Actually looked himself in the mirror.
Who are you?
Ian Finn.
All right. I can finish this.
Yeah, and he went back out. I don't know if he did. I don't know if it worked.
It probably didn't.
It doesn't sound like it would.
No.
You know what, though? For someone like him, it might.
Yeah.
That might be enough.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I looked myself in the mirror and told myself who I was, so I had to finish it. Like, what?
Yeah, that was great. You could build your own burger there. Like, you put whatever you want on it.
They had
That one or the everywhere?
everywhere. No, everywhere. It's closed. Yeah, Fuddruckers is gone.
yeah, they used to have elk, bison,
Yep.
ostrich.
Yep.
I think elk, bison, and ostrich you could get.
Yeah.
They sometimes had specials too. Remember that? Like weird ass shit.
No.
I stuck with the
Yeah.
classics. I played the hits.
Yeah. So, that's tough. That sucks. Do we have better news? Do we have happier news than that?
Probably not. But it was kind of burning a hole in my fucking notebook. Like,
Yeah.
can we get to something that matters? That's not like a fucking election.
Yeah. Because fuck that.
But so as long as we're on like dumb shit, a athlete of mine that you also know goes to a small school in Ohio.
Yep.
And right now he is completely online. He is in Massachusetts going to school in Ohio.
Yes.
And he goes, yeah, this was interesting. He goes, before he's a criminal justice major. And he's in some like group for like legal something. That's what they do. They get in groups.
Yeah.
So whatever legal class he's in, whoever is, their teacher goes, okay, and I just want to, make a quick land acknowledgement first, going that, that this originally wasn't our land. This is Native American land. It's like however land acknowledgement goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he told me about it. I go, wait, is that a thing? He goes, apparently. I go, two things. How do you do a land acknowledgement to people that are all over the place?
Yeah.
Now, the land you're on, sure. But, like, what? Two, isn't all of our land stolen?
Right.
Outside of maybe, like, we bought Louisiana. I know that.
Yeah.
I know we bought some other places. But if we bought Louisiana, like, it was definitely stolen by the French or the Spanish.
Yeah, and I mean, you could make the argument that all land has been stolen, like even in Europe.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, I don't know who was the first one in the fucking UK, but...
Yeah, probably didn't buy it.
No, okay, so I don't know if, like, the United Kingdom ever... actually, true. Someone always stole land from somebody else.
That's what I mean.
Like, that's the problem with, like, the Northern Ireland dispute.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be part of them. They don't like them.
Right.
Wasn't William Wallace the whole thing?
Yeah, like the Vikings stole the fucking land from Scandinavians. Like I don't know, like what the Mongolians stole all of Asia.
They did.
Like-
They definitely did. But that's my thing with like a land acknowledgement. It's like everything's stolen.
Everything, it's like, yeah, if that's what you want to, if that's the road you want to go down, everything is stolen.
Except like most African countries.
Yes.
I feel like the natives to that area are there.
Yeah. Unless there's white people there.
No, I would not say white people were there.
No.
Maybe some Middle Easterns.
Yeah, in Northern Africa, there's plenty of Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
Influence.
Sudan.
Yeah.
I know they had a civil war in there, but
Yeah.
I was thinking like real Africa.
The Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Like the ones with tribes.
Yeah. Yep.
Thus, natives. But like New Zealand, sorry guys, like weren't there Aborigines there?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Like Australia, definitely wasn't just the British Texan takeover. They definitely fucking fucked some people up.
Yeah. No, the British definitely stole that. That's like, yeah. So everything's
Everything's
technically
stolen. So by doing a land acknowledgement, you're actually just being redundant.
Yes.
It's like, well, we want to acknowledge that this land isn't really ours. It's like, well, no shit.
Yeah. Also, like, fuck off.
Unless you are a native tribe. Is tribe the word?
Yeah.
Peoples?
Native peoples.
Unless you are a native peoples living in your native land,
Yeah.
your land is stolen.
Right.
So if you were founded by somebody, or a certain explorer came to your world, and you have a holiday for them now, stolen.
It's also very subjective because we go off of like the quote unquote explorers of written history. Like, this is what I mean. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Because you could probably trace back the Native Americans to Asia. They crossed over the land bridge between Russia and Alaska and made their way south into America.
Oh, I mean, if you really want to go back to fucking Pangea, I mean,
Well, this is what I mean.
We're really, it's Sudan.
Like how fucking far down the rabbit hole do you want to go to say
Yeah.
that land is stolen? Like we have to acknowledge that this isn't our land. Oh, I don't know. Like
the people you
is
stole
it?
it from, it probably wasn't theirs either. Like, that's what I mean.
And that's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
And it's like, if you're going to play that, it's like, oh, well, this was originally Native American land. Well, all of it was.
Yeah.
And again, unless you want to say, like, in the Louisiana Purchase, we bought the land.
That would have been awesome if there was someone, because I know everyone is remote, if there was some kid that like lived in Louisiana or like Arkansas that like hit the little raise your hand button on Zoom and goes, I actually live in Arkansas and
My land was bought.
we bought that. We purchased that. So I didn't steal shit.
Yeah. So you're a fucking bad person, fucking
Yeah.
teaching from your fucking...
Well, then, they're going to turn around and be like, well, it was stolen because you only paid $500 for it. Like, fuck
Dude, that was
off.
the going rate.
Yeah, it's not,
What are you
my
going to do?
fault.
Turn down a good deal?
It's not my fault the French can't do math.
Or deal with conflict?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, what are you going to do? Pass up a good deal?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
A bunch of fucking states for $500? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, cool. I'll give you a fucking brand new BMW 5 Series for like $50. You're going to say no to that?
To go, yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't mine originally.
Yeah.
Well, am I going to get arrested? No, probably I will. Here's $50.
Yeah. I just think it's so fucking hilarious that,
His school is also super fucking liberal, he says.
which is weird because it's in Ohio.
Yes. It's not far from Columbus.
Oh, okay, yeah. And major cities are all fucking woo-woo.
He also said that all the work study students that typically are on campus,
Yeah.
there is no work study because of whatever's happening.
Right.
So the school goes, we're going to pay work study because work study was a set number of hours,
Right.
set dollars.
Right.
Like that's already been budgeted for. They've already got it.
Right.
They go, we're going to pay it anyway. Apparently there's a work study strike.
Oh, my God. Why? Because they want to be paid more?
Well, I asked him, I go, what are they striking? He's like, I don't know. They're just like out front of the school striking. He goes, but the thing is, there's no students there.
Yeah.
So what are they striking to? And he goes, I feel like it's one of those situations that's only underclassmen that are there.
Yeah.
The school's only 2,000 kids. So 1,000 of them are there and it's underclassmen.
Right.
He goes, I feel like it's like, you know, like it's like a puppet master type thing where it's like, all right, so what you guys are going to do? You guys are going to go out to the front. You're going to go out to the quad and you guys are going to strike. What are we striking for? Just fucking do it.
Yeah. Just go do it.
Just go fucking strike.
Imagine that. I could totally see college kids today doing that too because they're fucking stupid and they suck. Is like they get their work study and say they get their work study. Like you said, it's all pre-budgeted, whatever. Say they make $11 an hour. And there's no work study this
There is no
semester.
work. You don't have to work. You're just getting free checks.
But they're striking because they want more money because they have to work during coronavirus. I would not be surprised if that's what it was. We deserve more money, but you're not actually working.
You don't have to work.
Yeah, but we're getting paid to work. Yeah, but you're not working. Well, we should get hazard pay. We need to get paid more. Because we're working during this. Yeah, but there's no work. Well, you're paying us to work. It's like a Monty Python skit.
Yeah.
That's like when you call the argument hotline. Like that whole skit, like that's literally like what I imagine this work study strike
the
being.
Family Guy drive-by disagreement.
Yeah.
Oh, Reginald,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck? What are we doing? What is this? What are we coming to?
I don't know, but there was a student strike at some school in Arizona.
Oh, really?
They the cases are just like popping.
Yeah.
I think it was Arizona. I could be making up the state. There was definitely a school somewhere.
Yeah.
So now all the students are on strike for class, which is precisely what they should do if the cases are spiking.
Yep.
So your strike is actually working
Yeah. Yep.
to get the other sides what they want.
Yep. I love how stupid college kids are, but they think that they're fucking so smart.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Jesus. Well, you got anything else? You want to get this thing wrapped up?
I can go one more thing.
All right.
So last night, Spoon actually brought this up, and I had heard it earlier in the day. In the last 2 years, gender reveals
Yep.
have led to massive wildfires.
Oh,
Once in
yeah.
Arizona and now once in California.
Yeah, I can see that. The guy that did it in Arizona last year, 2 years ago,
2 years ago.
was a firefighter.
And he fucking...
I think he lost his job.
He set an entire field like ablaze in seconds.
Yeah.
So now there's another one in California.
Sick.
And now 7,000 acres of Northern California is just on fire due to a gender reveal. Yeah. I don't know what the explosion was supposed to be, but the explosion and smoke and it's a boy, it's a girl.
Yeah.
And I think we're all on the same page that gender reveals are really fucking dumb.
Yep.
I mean, they got to be a ploy just for white people to make Instagram posts, I think.
100%.
And it's like...
No, because what it is it's white people for a ploy to get Instagram famous. They think that like something's going to happen and they're going to go viral and they're going to become famous. Like, get the fuck out of here. No one cares. Literally nobody cares.
That's the thing, too. And it's like some people are like, oh, well, it's a good way to get the family together. Well, just take the Sunday afternoon and ask if they want to come over.
Right. It's called a baby shower.
Well, not even that, because that's another... This is the thing. People don't like your stupid fucking parties. They don't... So I was listening to Johnson and Hook talk about this, which they were two miserable fucks. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Hook goes, great, so you invite me to your gender reveal. I assume I need to get you a gift for that.
Yeah.
Just so I can have your baby shower soon. Got to get you a gift for that.
Yep.
Then the baby's going to turn 1 at some point. Another gift.
Yep.
Like... Enough of the gifts, enough of these things.
That's 3 gifts within the span of 1 year.
He goes, and I don't even like you that much. It's like, I don't like you, and I don't like your kids. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Actually, I think Derek and Fia did this great because they didn't have a gender reveal.
Yep.
They literally found out the gender, and I got a text from Derek being like, hey, man, it's going to be a boy. I'm like, oh, sick, man. That's awesome. And then there's no no gender reveal party. They're not even doing like a real traditional baby shower. They're just having like a barbecue. They're having a cookout and like a bunch of people are going. It's
Wow.
this Saturday.
What a crazy fucking idea.
So like a bunch of people are just going to come for a barbecue and like have some food and some drinks and then go home.
Yeah. Well, that's all it is anyway.
Like it's like but like he's in the minority, like they're in the minority because like everyone wants to have like 17 fucking parties for shit. And it's like, oh, why?
Again, it's like you don't need to have a fucking party for everything. I mean, just stick to the classics, Leif Erikson,
Yeah.
Festivus, but
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day. But it's like instead of just having this fucking bullshit thing, just send a postcard. It's
Yeah.
a boy.
Yep.
It's a girl.
Yeah.
That's how it used to happen.
Yep.
Or fucking don't. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is like I don't care what the gender of your child is.
Yeah.
If you guys are excited to know, then I don't know. Do it on your own time.
Cool. Yeah.
Like this is part of it. Like when you have a kid, generally you don't know what it's gonna be right away.
Yep.
Again, do it on your own time. Now, luckily, no one's gonna ever invite me to one of these things because I'm such a miserable fucking cunt that it's not gonna matter. And even if I do get invited, it's gonna be like, when, where, what's the deal? Like all those things.
Well, is it?
gender
is it
reveals.
baby? Is it
Gender
baby
reveal
shower?
is friends.
I might be messing this up. No, is it? Yeah,
Baby-
I
baby-
think
hold on, baby-
traditionally, baby showers are female.
Baby showers and bridal showers
Are female only.
they're typically female only.
Yeah.
And even for the baby shower, the dad is really very optional.
He's like only there at the end to like put shit in the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some women are way more controlling than others. So like, of course you have to be on stage with me.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like that.
Or you could just do a cookout.
What's what?
Drink some
in
beers,
essence, that's all it is.
Eat some hot dogs and hang out and have a good time.
In essence, that's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like if you just like that's the thing. If you just want an excuse for people to come over, just invite them over.
Right.
Like, hey, we're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, and whatever. Can you make it? Can you not? Like, whatever.
Right.
It'll be like one of the last times before the baby's born.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I really can't make it. Hey, you know what? You know what? That's like cool. You didn't make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't want to rant about gender reveals. My real thing was, what is dumber? Gender reveals or promposals?
Oh, fuck.
Which we're actually in a very, very advantageous category because none of us are having a child, ideally, soon, or have one. But we were also after the promposal wave because we didn't do that shit.
I would say what's dumber? Probably the gender reveal.
Really?
Because
I thought we were going to be in agreement over promposals.
I mean, I fucking hate prompol. Like, just because I picked gender reveal doesn't mean I think prompol.
No, but I figured okay, wow.
I don't know. I just I'm trying to weigh my options here as like gender reveal, you're an adult. You should know better. Like, don't do that. But if like the promposals, like you're 16 years old, you want to do something fucking stupid, like add it to the list of stupid things that you do when you're 16. Like
But-
I don't expect a 16-year-old to know better. I would expect an adult to know better.
But even as a 16-year-old, the idea that if you're a promposal, if you don't do one, I won't go with you. Or if it isn't good enough, I won't go with you. It's like, where the fuck do you get off?
Oh yeah, no, that whole thing, that's stupid.
Or if someone goes through it,
I didn't know that was a thing.
oh, it's a very much kids are pieces of shit.
People like there are girls that literally say if you don't do a promposal,
I'm not going.
I won't go with you.
Yes. Remember, kids are pieces of shit, dude.
Wow, promposals might have just taken the lead
Well,
out of turn 4.
Okay, so because this is the thing, every time
I didn't know that.
So I haven't had to do it this year, obviously, because of the coronas. But every year, I inform every guy that comes to the gym how soft they are for doing a promposal.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I have to. I go, why? They go, well, she said I had to do one. I go, well, that right there makes you're going to have a very bad night.
Yes.
They go, well, what's the big deal? I go, well, you just got absolutely bossed into doing this.
Right.
And they go, oh, it's fine. I go, well, if it's fine, it's fine. I just think you're soft. But I'm not soft. No, you're soft.
Yep.
You are.
Absolutely.
Because if you weren't soft, the way that would have went was, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a promposal. Because it's already decided that you guys are going.
Right.
Because you don't do a promposal. Like, typically, you don't do a promposal for someone unless you've really botched that situation. Yeah. Because it's very easy. Like, hey, before I do this stupid thing, are we actually going to go together? Oh, yeah, we're going to go together. Like, okay, cool. Like, here's a sign. But
right.
Some people don't. And it's like, then the girl's like, no. Like, that's my other thing, too. It's like, if someone's actually going to go through the effort of a promposal, they better fucking say yes.
I hope that they're gone. But I fucking hope if I ever have a daughter, if she ever did that, I'd be like, guess what? You're not going to prom now.
Yeah.
You're going to make someone
do this and then say no or whatever.
Or like, if they don't do this, you're not going to go. Well, guess what? Now you're not going.
Yeah. That is bullshit. You can do one for him now.
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. Now you can fucking propose to his sorry.
No, that's bullshit. It's because, again, it's like a lot of it's already predetermined, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, like your white people needing a fucking social media post, like, because that's the other thing. Most of these kids,
they're doing it for social media.
It's like, oh well, we already know we're going together. I go, well, problem solved.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this for?
I can't wait. I mean, obviously, I won't be alive, but like 100+ years from now,
I thought you would say like 100 days.
When they look back, in 100 seconds when I'm not alive.
Thank God. I thought it smelled like carbon monoxide in here.
This would be the true lost episode. It'll never get posted.
That would be a bummer.
No, but like in 100, whatever, 50, 200 years from now, when they go back and they like teach history, like, I hope they look at it and they're like, oh, yeah, with the invention of social media, everyone got really fucking retarded. And it took them like 30 years to get like unretarded. And then all of a sudden, like, they got their shit back together somewhere around like 2045 because they were like, oh, yeah, we can't live like this. And shit got real bad and then it got better and now we're here. Like, I hope that's what happens. Because we're trending in a very downward trajectory right now as far as like social media and like the ability for people to have real social interactions and like people living fake lives through social media. You know, like the deceitfulness and the whole like, I don't know, like it is not mentally healthy for these people to be doing what they're doing at all.
It's nuts.
There's a people were, this just came up the other day again. I heard it. I forget what the study is. I want to say Jonathan Haidt either wrote it in his book or talked about it or something. But one of his books, I think either The Happiness Hypothesis or The Coddling of the American Mind. I forget which one it's in or whatever. But there was a study that was done. There's a direct correlation to the amount of times people post on social media and how unhappy they are with their lives. So like the more people post on social media, the more it's a sign of them being unhappy because they're trying to like live this life and portray a fake life through Instagram and social media. They're like, everything is great and all they do is these awesome stuff and look at me, I have this cool car and I go hike this mountain and I go all do this, but like the people that like never post are the ones that like actually are satisfied with their lives.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into the psychology of it all this time, but because even like now you'll see it.
Yeah.
There are like plenty of people.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's a fucking expert.
Yep.
Must be fucking nice because they want to seem intelligent.
Yep.
It's like, God damn it.
Or like maybe a potential someone that we know, maybe we don't. Let's call it a hypothetical scenario. If someone gets engaged and then there has to be a staged engagement thing to look good on social media.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like anyone we know.
No. I always think that's really funny, though. It's like, sometimes it might actually work. But for the amount of times and places that I see this happen, there's no fucking way it's spontaneous because of like I'm going to propose to someone, so I want someone else to video it, like that thing, or like capture the moment. Like, you either need to like go somewhere with like your friends.
Yes.
Or like you need to ask a total stranger to like, hey, I need you to video this or take, but you know what I mean? Like you need to be very particular about this to catch the moment. So all of these like spontaneous videos and pictures of like engagement shit that you see, like people hike to the top of a mountain and then they have they have the picture of the guy proposing to the girl on the top of the mountain. Motherfucker, who did you have at the top of the fucking mountain take that picture?
Yeah, you got to go with another couple.
You know what I mean? Like, you fucking staged this.
Yeah, you have to go with another, because like a beach one,
Yeah.
you got to be at the beach with people.
Right.
My favorite thing is with the beach one though, is people who have an engagement, like the spontaneous engagement at the beach, but like the guy's wearing like a button up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the girl's wearing like a full dress. It's like, you motherfuckers were not at the beach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the get the fuck
you
away
were
from me.
not just going to the beach.
No, you weren't just at the beach. And
Right, this is
like,
staged.
This is absolutely staged.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. It's like, wait, is that Justin hiding in the bushes?
Yeah.
What's he doing in the sand dune?
Yeah. No, that's not him.
That there's no one in the sand dune.
Yeah.
That's not a person.
Or even better, who's that creepy guy with the camera? Is he taking pictures of us?
Yeah, it's like there's got to be some level of like knowing that it's about to happen. Like there's like I don't know, spontaneity.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's all.
I ain't buying it.
It's all fabricated for Instagram. For
Yes.
social media.
So the people, like the ones who you can tell are actually spontaneous, is when there are two pictures posted. One is the finger on the
finger,
ring,
yep.
and the other is the two of them with like the flat hand on the chest or whatever the fuck that pose is.
That's it.
That's
Those are
it.
the only two.
Then you know that was spontaneous.
I don't trust any other picture.
Every other picture is absolutely staged. It might as well be some guy with a fucking boom mic over it, like
with a fucking lighting too.
yeah,
a
it's
bunch
a fucking
of lights.
green screen.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not even a real ocean.
They're pumping in wave music.
Wait a minute. I know what type of bird that is. That's not native to the Cape. That's native to San Francisco. Phony.
You're a phony.
Is that an alligator in that water? In Maine? I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. Yeah, fuck that. But all right, let's wrap this up. You got a hard out here. You got another meeting.
Yeah, I do.
You got a final thought?
I do. I finally played Highland Links as I previewed.
Yes.
In not... Wait, was it the last episode?
I believe so.
All right. So as I previewed in the last episode, I played Highland Links, the alleged only true links course on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. And when compared with Bandon, the only ones in the United States. And so I really enjoyed playing it. I did. And some of the views from the ocean they're good. It didn't play like a links course. So it wasn't like, oh, hey, I'm 170 yards out. Let me hit it 140, and the ball's just going to bounce and mound and roll and take this giant slope that just kind of slingshots it. Like, it played like a regular golf course.
Yeah.
Especially what we have around here. Now, some like around the greens gave you some options, and it had rain the night before, so it played a little soft, which took some of those options away.
Right.
So around the greens, you did get some of those options, like you can putt, you could chip, you could putt a hybrid, like you got some of that. Very few trees, like on the actual property.
Right.
So when the wind comes through, and there's nothing stopping it. So one hole was 147, played up the hill, and I hit it about 180. And I landed up just beyond the pin from elevation and wind.
Yep.
So It was fun. I would definitely play there again. I did enjoy the golf course, but it doesn't have. And maybe it would have been different 2 weeks ago before we started getting any rain, like in that mid drought.
Right.
Then I could see that place playing extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Like, and not even difficult in the sense of like, oh, whatever. But it's like when you hit the ball, because there are a couple blind shots, which is a little bit of a bummer, but they give you a lot of area to hit it.
Right.
So when it's blind, but there's space, it's not as bad.
Right.
But there are some shots where it's like you take the downslope and now all of a sudden it's not rolling the way you want it to, and now it just rolled 200 yards right.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah.
But it was and I looked up some reviews leading into it, and some people were like, huh, this place isn't even nice. Well, it's a public course on the water. Like, it's not going to look like Augusta National.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's like all brown. Well, the tee boxes, the fairways, the greens, and the areas surrounding the greens, those are all green. The fucking fescue that's 40 yards left of the fairway,
Yeah.
yeah, that's brown.
Yep.
That sure is. That's a
Yeah.
pretty shitty lie.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I was supposed to fucking hit it over there. And then it's like some of the reviews too. It's like, oh, the staff was so grumpy. Have you ever met anybody that works at a golf course? Any golf course starter?
Right.
They're always grumpy.
Yep.
What the fuck do you mean? Like,
They're grumpy old guys.
oh, they're so rude. Yeah. What is this, your first fucking time?
Yeah.
So all like the negative reviews that I've seen, and like one guy was bitching and moaning that the lighthouse was under construction. Like, the lighthouse is under construction. So, okay, bummer. I didn't get to see the lighthouse like on the 9th green. It would have made for a good picture, good view.
Yeah.
I mean, I still had a shot to make. Like,
You're still on
lighthouse,
a golf course.
lighthouse or not.
Right. You're still
And
playing golf.
if I really miss that lighthouse, there's a little walking path. Public can go walk the fucking lighthouse if I miss it that much.
Yeah.
Or, God forbid, I could go play again,
Yeah.
which I probably will, because it was actually I actually enjoyed playing. But I decided to walk the course. So 5,300 yards, not long
No.
at all.
No.
That's like almost like Chamawa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Walking 5,300 there was about walking 6,700 elsewhere, because from like the 1, 2, 3, the 4th hole is tee up and straight across is the fairway. It ends up being blind. It only goes slightly downhill though. It's not like a massive drop off. So you hit driver, it goes straight. You generally know where you landed, and it's par 4 on the front, par 5 on the back. So there's a little bit of length there. Not really. The only problem is that I probably went down 35 feet to then come back up
Yeah.
35 feet
Yeah.
to be where I should have been, just straight across.
Yep.
So it's like if I had like a magical like rainbow road going across, that would have been helpful.
Right.
So it's like first hole played uphill, second hole way downhill, third hole way uphill, fourth hole was like the down up.
Yep.
Fifth hole down up the opposite way.
Yeah.
Sixth hole plays straight uphill. 7 was fine. 8 sort of comes back downhill. 9 downhill again. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. There was not one hole.
Yeah.
Or the only hole that played somewhat flat is a par 3 with an elevated green.
Yeah.
So other than that, I was fucking, like, my legs were sore the next day.
Yeah.
That never happens from walking the golf course.
Yeah. There's a few courses. Like Heather Hill is like not overly long, but there's a ton of up down elevation.
Yeah.
Like I was said to Dickie at one point when we were there, I was like, dude, thank God we got a cart. Like this would be a bitch to fucking walk. But that it happens.
It's like
sometimes.
walking some of the Plymouth courses.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
fucking suck.
Yeah. All right. Well, my final thought is relatively quick. It's some good news, or potentially.
What's that?
We have a new addition to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Do you know what the word is now that is finally officially a word?
Jabroni.
Jabroni. Yes.
Saw that.
We now have jabroni is officially made it into the lexicon. It is a real word. So thank you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for coining that term back in, 1997, roughly. And now, hey, you know what? Add it to The Rock's fucking resume. He invented a word. on top of everything else that this fucking guy has done, he invented a word. So I think he needs to run for president
Vote
at this
the Rock
point.
2024.
Because he can go up there and like on the debate stage be like, yeah, I invented a word. What did you do?
Most electrifying athlete in sports entertainment.
And the highest paid actor in 2018 and 2019.
That's not a real credential.
No, it's not.
How many
But
people's elbow have these other politicians dropped on people?
0. Donald Trump got a Stone Cold Stunner once. He got stunned. Yes.
Did he have a rock bottom Stone Cold?
I don't doubt it.
Didn't think so.
So yeah, that's exciting. Now we can say jabroni and have it be a real word. No one can tell us that it's fake.
I'm a fucking jabroni.
So that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys for watching if you're on YouTube. Thank you for listening wherever you're at. Make sure you subscribe on both. Keep spreading the word too. We got like 20 downloads in India. We've got a download from Colombia and the Dominican Republic too.
Oh,
so
let's go.
It's kind of cool to like see the different countries. To think that like some poor bastard in fucking Colombia is listening to our dumbasses. I doubt they probably even finished the episode, but
I bet they listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe they also told like 17 other people. And next time I look at the stats, we're gonna have 18 downloads from Colombia. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody you know. Keep sharing the word, and maybe someday we'll finally get some fucking sponsors on this bitch. We're on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Our Twitter handle is sarcasm_speaks, and the Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Oh yeah, that's right. No one's probably listening at this point anyway, so sorry. But if you are, we're working on the Sarcasm Speaks pick'em pool. So we'll have that up and running pretty quickly.
I mean, it's ready to go.
It's ready to go now. So some of you that have reached out will get a text message or a DM with the link. If you're still interested, again, I don't know who's still listening at this point. I fucked that up. Probably should have done it at the beginning.
All right, so cut this piece.
Yeah.
Insert it right into the middle.
Yeah.
You're good enough to do that, right?
Yeah, we could do that. We could figure it out. Yeah, so we have that. It's ready. So reach out if you're in, if you want in, and then you'll be in. So until next time, good night, everybody.